And this is how I like to go to town. Take my tank, or actually it's an APC, and go out and make sure I have some rockets on me. I can drive through the zombies fairly efficiently. And if that doesn't work well enough, then of course you have a cannon with you. Or more like a rocket launcher, I suppose, which works really well of just sort of clearing the roads here. Oh, look at them fly! Oh, I wish we had something like this in vanilla in 7 Days to Die, but fortunately we have a mod. And actually, I think I've killed pretty much all of them here already, and actually it runs over zombies pretty well too. It's not being bounced out of the way like you see with someone. Oh, wow, and then I get stuck there. It's actually fairly maneuverable, and it's fast. Driving around. Oh. I think I got that. Oh, I did. I managed to get that little rabbit. So in 7 Days to Die, Alpha 20, I had covered an attack helicopter, and I was asked. I was asking, you know, isn't there any APC or tank or something they should make it? And all the community very happily obliged with me and told me, that's so nice, and told me about this really, and that's really nice as well, told me about this really nice mod by the same people who did the attack helicopter that also have a tank or an APC. Yes, it's technically, it's an, well, it's actually not really an APC either because it only holds 2 people. So it's not like it's an armored personnel carrier because, well, 2 people is not really, you know, let's see. Anyway, so I'm going to call it a tank, even though that's not entirely accurate either because it looks more like an APC, even though it's... Anyway, you get the point. So this is a really nice modelet that you can use in 7 Days to Die. Try it out. I will be leaving the links in the description below, and I will show you actually how to download. Ooh, that one's spinning around. It's a little bit too spinny, maybe a little bit too light for what it should be. It probably should handle a little bit heavier, I think. Well, let's go out here. It's a tank that you can install, and then you can actually craft it. So if we search here for APC, we'll see this the missile that you can unlock it through the Grease Monkey or the APC missile schematic, and when you do, it requires some of the basic stuff. I think it's too cheap personally. I think that they should have made it fairly expensive, you know, maybe 100 gunpowder, 200 gunpowder, and a lot more because you can make tons here. We also have the accessories, again, Grease Monkey or the schematic will unlock it. Pretty cheap as well, just some parts, headlights, pipe, and more parts and springs, and the chassis, which is way too cheap. You know, maybe they should have had it cost like 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever, something to make it really, really expensive because it's an awesome piece of machinery. So once you put that together, make sure you have the rockets in your inventory that allows you to shoot them. Of course, here are some of the schematics here that if you find them, you can read them, which will then allow you to craft it. Go back here, see it's nicely unlocked, so I can actually craft it, and then you place it down, and you can dye it. Because it's really dark, it is a little bit hard to tell. See, now it's back to the regular. I put in the pink. I mean, you can... Oh, that's not actually pink. Where's the pink? No, I put it inside the inventory. Give it back to me. Do this, and you put it here. You see, it's pinkish, but the whole thing is really dark, so it doesn't show up as well. And you go in, and you'll see you have this targeting. If you hit Control 1, there's no more targeting, no more shooting. Control 1, it comes back, and you fire with your right button. Left button is, as usual, your steering capabilities. The right button will be shooting off the rockets, and you have to make sure you have the rockets in your inventory. And that's how easy it is. But how do you actually, how do you download and everything? And this is where we return to 7daystoDieMods.com, military APC. I will leave a link and I mention that it's an APC and unlocked by Grease Monkey level 5. Well, the schematics and some of the how you fire, which is the right button. It does have a working turret, yes, a pretty large storage, high durability. You can dye it, and 2 seats. So it's not really an APC. They should have probably given you, you know, 8 something, so you could have your whole team. That would be cool. You go into the wasteland, especially during the Blood Moon Hordes. And again, thank you to Closer X for the vehicle system, and later for the Quartz UI mod. Thank you, appreciate you guys are awesome. And there's some pictures of it. And there's a quick showcase of this being shot. It is not just a server-side mod. It requires installation on both the client and the server. ESC must be off. And they have a couple of changes here. The latest was there were some exceptions on multiplayer, and there were some compatibility issues with the helicopter and APC. People were highlighting that an earlier version they put out, and they tried both of them together, and they didn't work because they were named the same thing internally. And I believe that has been fixed now. And if you enjoy Silas's work, click the link to show your support and everything. Thank you guys. This is awesome. It's really, really good work. So what you do, you hit the download button here, save it down wherever you want to save it down on your PC, and then you want to go to your Steam. So we're going to go to Steam, right click, properties, standard, browse, and that will pop open this, which is basically the install location for 7 Days to Die. You go to the mods folder. If you don't have a mods folder, just create it, and then let's see here, we have, let's minimize that. We have the actual zip file of the mod that I have downloaded. This one's a little bit trickier. You can just unzip it here because it's like nested through it, which is a little bit weird. I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go into it and into it here. These is basically what you want to have. You need to have all these mods. So if you just do a standard unzip, let me do right click, pull it in, and I do an extract like this, you'll see it generally ends up with multiple close that. You'll see it's blah blah my main APC mods, and then there's another folder, another folder, another folder, another folder, and it doesn't work that way. You have to have all these ones in the top. You go back here in the top here, and I'll just copy it in. I'll skip it because I've already put them in here. So make sure that they are here. Don't extract them into a folder, in a folder, in a folder, in a folder, because the game will not find it. They have to be straight into here. Once that is, start up a new game. You might be able to run this in an existing game. Usually works, but sometimes there are some incompatibility. Oh, I like the icon. Oh, it even has that APC icon. Really nice. And yeah, once you have that, then yeah, you can make sure you go and get the schematics, craft it, and then drive around and just shoot things. It should be awesome to try out during the Blood Moon Hordes, because it does have a fair bit of durability. Say we pick it up now. I said pick it up. Pick it up. It has... Tell me. Alright, fine. Let's check the here then. It has the durability of 20,000. It's a little bit too fast. I think it's the speed of the gyrocopter. And I think that's way too much. I really... Oh, it only says seats 1. Oh. Interesting. Well, since I'm just myself, I can try that out. Someone who's putting this on a multiplayer server, let me know to see if there is any issues with it actually taking more than one person, because it's supposed to be able to take 2. But anyway, it is too fast. It should probably be like 8 or something to make it a vehicle that you wouldn't just be driving around as fast as a motorcycle or a gyrocopter, because considering how awesome it is, it does a little bit too much damage to ground as well. You notice, you see I take out the ground here. Oh, let's do that. Shoot that. You see, you can basically be mining with this one because it does so much damage to dirt. And I think that's way too much. I think they should have lowered that down and made it more of a frag rocket rather than just a high explosives, because you look at all this. I mean, I'm making a really nice big hole. You can see all the destruction around it. And that's way much just for the amount of resources it costs to actually craft these rockets, because you can make a really nice tunnel with this simply by shooting into a mountain and, you know, slowly step by step mining it out this way. And that's not really what it's supposed to be for. Hey, but actually gives me an idea. Maybe they should be making a sort of an industrial mining vehicle that has a really short range rocket that allows you to, well, effectively mine. Because you could imagine something like this where you basically... Actually, that's... someone should do that. And make sure you credit me for it as well. Because, you know, this is... Look at how much I'm mining here. Even if you made it like this and you just dug into a mountain, you would have a really nice tunnel really quickly. Now, it's a little bit difficult to get in here. Because of... It's not terribly even, but... you know, because you can shoot fairly far. can still mine out quite a lot. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Go check it out and try it out on your server or your single player. See you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the Vedui community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.